in here because we need to get on the call, James. I miss you. So let me know when we can get on this call, sir. Hi, Shell.
Shallow. I know it's been a while.
It has been a while.
I like how you said life has been lifing, which it's a good reminder. You know, you just got to go with it. You can want to have things happen, but sometimes you're like, hey, let's just move and groove.
Yes, absolutely. Listen, guys, it's so many things we can talk about, but I just want to talk about the power of community. And then at the same time, I'm going to start you off with a question for yourself. Us as stroke survivors, what are some things that we thought about to give God thanks for being? And when I say this, when I say thanks for being a stroke survivor, but the life that we've seen as a stroke survivor, for one, I can say is how beautiful our community is. And on the other end of when you speak to people, like you don't even think about what's going to happen with the light that you can shine on somebody else, the light that you can get from them. It's just a beautiful thing. As I can truly smile when I tell people I'm a stroke survivor because I can see the gifts that God has given me as a stroke survivor to be able to relate to other people, whether it's them, whether it's family members, and then I'm able to share with them the joy that I've had as a survivor with meeting people and then the knowledge and the wisdom that I'm able to give somebody or learn from others. So it's a plethora of things, guys. So y'all know when I get excited about something, I get to rambling on. So again, I'll go back, I'll slow down, start you off with, as a stroke survivor, what are some things that you learned about yourself? What is something positive that you could say that you have experienced in this journey of being a stroke survivor? That's what I want you, that's the easiest way for me to say. I want you to think about that, and let's talk about that discussion, because y'all know I can give you a million things, but I want to see what y'all got first. But I'm gonna throw my sister the mic and see what she has to say.
And that's what, like, community. You gave me a good reminder. Like this morning, I was like, and she's like, we can push it later. We can do it at a different time. So I am still a former people pleaser. I love to say yes to things. I love to help out. But I'm also learning when you say yes to everything, you're saying no to the things that you want to do. So I'm not always a morning person. Okay, guys, I know you think I wake up full of sparkles and just like, woo, but we need coffee, we need things. And I will say the community, honestly, that has been one of the biggest helps, is that constant connect and reminder. Like when I catch myself being like, Tracy's working out so much and doing a lot, I'm like, wait, you're doing a lot. So like, it's kind of like practice what you preach. And also, you guys know I talk about a lot. I feel like having a stroke or a brain injury, you feel very isolated. You feel very not, you feel like an alien. You're like, I feel weird in my body. I don't feel like I can relate to people. So what I love about the community is that you can talk to people and they just get it. You don't have to explain. You can just say stuff, and sometimes they give you words that you were like struck. You're like, I don't know how to explain this. And then they're like, it feels like this. And you're like, oh my God, thank you. Like, thank you for giving me words. So,
Absolutely. But as Tanya was saying, it's just a beautiful thing to just, I could just see a light in so many ways that I would not have seen before. And I can say, to go back to, if you're just joining on, to say, it's never been, I can't say, well, I can and I can't. So to think about, okay, thank you, God, that I am a survivor. I had a stroke, but I survived it. Understanding, that's what I want y'all to get. I had a stroke, I survived it. So we got to find the beauty in something that we went through, guys. It's really what I'm trying to get you to understand. There is beauty inside. There's not always, there is pain, there's depression, there's the sad days, the happy days. There's all these things we're going to go through. But we have to learn how to find some joy in the midst of it. And so my joy is talking to people, being able to shed some light, being able to learn from people. It's about education and knowledge that we get from our community. That's why we do these conversations. That's why we talk to people. And that's why y'all always ask myself and Tanya, why we always smile. And we smile because God has given us a breath of life to be able to speak, to be able to share our stories, to be able to say, hey, we have depressed days. And as Tanya said, depressy days. She shows y'all through video. Me, I'll probably just peace out on y'all, show y'all through video. And everybody has their ways of doing things. But at the same time, we have to learn what's best for us. And then, Tony, as I just thought about, as I'm saying that to you, I was talking to my therapist, and I was like, yes, my sister, she shares everything video, and she calls it the depressing videos, and Boss say, I'm goofy like that too. I said, but I've been learning with mine, it's better to do like it's more like a log, it's called logo camera. I'll do a video for myself to talk about something. So therefore I'm still releasing it and not always necessarily sharing it. I'm just releasing it and just we're going from there to say, okay, this what helps me and this what works for me in that sense. So there's so many ways that we could get through these things, guys.
And it can transform. Like my videos, and a lot of the videos that I've posted were never intended to be seen. Like they were literally me coaching myself through hard times and because my friend was like, another survivor was like, okay, if you won't listen to anyone else, do you listen to yourself? And so it was like, can you talk to yourself? And that's how it started. Was I was like, future me, you are not going to be this depressed. Like you're going to get through this and it's okay. And just remember, like you can feel this shitty, but you can also feel this good. And I shared it privately with a friend and they were like, I didn't know you felt that way. And like that helped me. And then I was like, you know what? I'll just share it. So like I love that you said that you kind of like journal, because some people like to write stuff. Maybe you need to verbally process stuff and you don't have to share it. So I love that she said she's 2-year survivor, still working on getting stronger and better. Can I say that that is everybody? Like, and in the best way. I feel like when I started to learn that it wasn't about a rush to get back to normal, get back to old Tawny. Once I started learning that it's more about rebuilding this new person, giving her strengths, working on my weaknesses, but like the more I started just being like, I get to adapt and I get to change instead of like, I want to go back. Cause like nobody wants to go back. You want to keep evolving. You want to get better. You want to keep going forward. So I feel like those things.
I love how you put that, because I would have to say I a little bit, because in my beginning, I always said I was just, I gotta get back, gotta do back. Tracy, everybody's like Tracy the trainer, Tracy the fitness stuff, Tracy body, like when he little get back to the gym. So in the beginning, it was I gotta get back, Let me figure out how to get back, and then I had to slow down and say, okay, get back to what? This is new for me. I've never been a survivor before. I never survived the show before. So what was I so in a rush to get back to? And that's why I also tell y'all, being that this is 5 years post for me, this is really like my 1 year, because I'm sitting in the quiet moments. I'm sitting in, slow down. Let's discover and let's enjoy this new life of being the survivor. Yes, 5 years post, guys. I am just now enjoying my life of being a survivor. I'm talking about it more. I'm sharing more things. So all of these things, guys, everybody's going to learn at different levels of, if you're an expressing person, if you are a person that keep it to yourself, and if you're a person that learning how to do video logs about it to help you through this process of recovery. So it's so many different ways, guys. But it's all about finding that peace within yourself to say, hey, what's going to give me the joy to smile? We had a stroke. We can't do anything about it. But from now on, I'm going to live my life in the best way that I can. So we got to figure out how we can do that, guys. That's what this is about.
Beautifully said. And about the recording, please know that you don't have to be as public. Like I have to remind people, my friends, everybody around all the time, like there is some stuff that I record and I don't post. And so I wish that I had my physical therapy. I never recorded any of that. My mom never stayed to record it. And so like, I only encourage you that usually when you feel your crappiest, like record that, because I promise you in a week, in 2 weeks, in a month, you're going to look back at that and you're going to see progress. So I'm not saying you need to share it with the world. I love how each of us survivor survives. So if you want to do that privately, publicly, whatever, but like and me and Tracy, that's why we were late. I feel like I go, this happened to me. And if it's going to happen to me, I'm going to try and share as much as I can so no one else feels as alone and as scared as I did. Because going to Google in your hospital bed and searching, stroke and brain, all those things, you don't feel hopeful. So I just hope that us sharing these things with you and also explaining that, like, I'm 8 years out from my stroke. I am doing so much better, but it is still a literal daily battle. I deal with depression, anxiety. So it is a roller coaster of emotions throughout an entire day. I can go through every single emotion, and I'm learning to love it more. And it's not always convenient or great, but like we got a second chance. So
yes, we got a second chance. So that's why we embrace it in the way. And I guess that will be the word to say, to learn how to embrace the things that we go through, because we learn from those processes. And then even when I said the word embrace, my mind went through what some of us still as stroke survivors have not had a moment where we can embrace this time of healing, embrace this time of, hey, this is where I am today, and where you may be at today may not be where you're at tomorrow. So that's why I want you to really start paying attention to your surroundings, paying attention to even how Tani said, somebody else had to say, if you wouldn't talk to your friends that way, why do you talk to yourself that way? So she had to learn how to embrace with learning how to talk to herself and embrace that she's not in control of all of her thoughts all the time. But with that, it may take somebody on the outside to say, hey, just as much as you care about your loved one, care about yourself in that sense, to say, hey, today just isn't a good day, guys. Everybody is not going to have the greatest day, but that still doesn't mean, hey, Tani, you kind of suck, or Tracy, you suck. No, I get to have those days, and I get to have good days, and I get to smile even through my bad days, guys. So that's what this is about, just learning how to not harp on the bad, and learning how to say, listen, that stroke happened to me, but I still got life. And I'm not going to allow that stroke to say, hey, it's going to keep me stuck in this. I'm going to learn how to take something from it and keep working towards better. So you said, I'm looking to be able to start working with someone outside of home. Okay, that's you have my information, so definitely give me a call. But guys, that's what it's about. And when I tell you, so how I started off with this, y'all know I love to talk to people. I just met the most beautiful, I'm going to say couple as mother and daughter, just having a conversation with them. And it's just to embrace that their loved one suffered a stroke. And immediately I'm like, oh, I want to pray with you. But at the same time, I'm so happy. Like, and I'm like, where they at? Can I talk to them? Like, I have so much to share with them. Like, so it's like, that's why I get my joy. Like, yes, I'm sad that they had a stroke, but God makes no mistake. Are they somewhere around here? Can I go meet them? Can I encourage them? Can I show them a smile? Can I laugh and joke with them? And then I got to even talk to them about the emotional roller coasters, the up downs, and just giving them some tips of how he's going to meet you all when he comes out of this and in this healing, this process of healing. So again, if I got stuck in my ways of saying, oh my gosh, I'm mad I had the stroke, I'm depressed, so I don't want to share with anybody else, I was like, no, I'm a survivor. Let's go. Can I meet him? Let's talk to him. I'm going to tell him about the good days, the bad days, the ups and the downs. I'm going to tell him that I still don't have feeling in my hand, but I still use it. My foot, all these things. I'm going to tell him that so he can understand. Like, so when he has those moments or those dark days, it's time to say, oh, this sucks. Who else does this? Now you know this girl named Tracy that's going through this. Tracy's going to connect you with Tani. Tracy's going to connect you. So it's a beautiful thing. But guys, if I would not have opened my mouth and said something to them, or even share that light, it was still questions in their head. They would have like, oh, is this it for my dad or my husband? No, this is the beginning of some joy. And then we start talking about the things he loved to do. He's such a jokester. That's what's going to get him up, guys. Like all of those things. I said, oh, this is amazing. He did this, he did that. Guess what? He's going to get back to do it. And because he has that go get it attitude, listen, he's going to come up out of this and go get it. With y'all encouragement, with y'all joy. So that's why it takes me to, it's so important to have loved ones and caretakers to understand the process of a stroke survivor, understand what we're about to go through. And we have so many unknown things that we're about to discover, but we're discovering them by ourselves. We're discovering them with family that's going to work together by, hey, let's put our heads together to figure out how we're going to come out of this in the best way possible.
And I want to take it to even more, like the online community is what I think is so important, because so many of us know, I love my family, love them, but at the end of the day, they will never fully grasp how it feels. But I can call up Tracy and I can vent, blah, 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 do all these things. So I just think it's really important to have online people, especially when you have, like, I know there's people in different countries, different states. And so like, I mean, I never went to in-person support groups because I was like, oh, I'm so different. Why would I? So like, I know a lot of us survivors, it's like just nice to be able to DM someone that you know that like, you don't have to filter yourself or worry about explaining something. And so, yeah, the online community and the online community explaining to your family. Like, I think sometimes it's helped my family. I've sent so many other videos to them, especially in the beginning, to help them like fully grasp things.
And I have to say, since Tony mentioned the online community, y'all know it was so profound that I would get on these talks with Tony, and it was until, what was it, last year that we had never even met before in person. And I kept telling y'all, this is my sister from another mother, this is my sister. And people are like, I thought you guys known each other for years. The online community of the stroke survivors, I met my sister. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she's the same person as me. Like, and then even still, knowing what she was, it didn't recollect in my mind when I was there. Like, my sister lives in California, and I'm in California. Like, perfect time to finally meet. So again, the online community made a beautiful connection for me to find my sister. So it's so much, like, I have to give props to this online community. Have to, absolutely, because there's so many things that I may not have known or been able to connect with if I was not willing to step out and speak out. And again, and even when I said that, I had to tread lightly on that because not everybody can. So that's where you have somebody that has a big voice like me and Tani to say, hey, we will speak out for you. We will talk about this for you. So you can always reach us. You can join our community. You can join us online when we talk about more in depth. And I'm always going to give praise to Tani because she's the biggest advocate on that. I'm in there. I jump in here and there because I'm more hands-on with stuff that I do, guys. So I'm always going to give her praise and joy for everything she does with keeping the community going, y'all. This is truly her passion. So I love you for that. I appreciate you.
And I love you.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
All of you who are new, I understand if you're like, I only watched people, okay? I did not comment on things. I used to be on Facebook groups and I would just watch what other people said. So it is okay if you don't want to talk, but just so you know, our inboxes are open. And also, like when I talk about things, like when Tracy, you know, she said a couple. She doesn't say people's names. So I just want to make sure people know that just because we're very public does not mean you have to be or what you say to us has to be. It just helps to share what we're all kind of going through.
I'm gonna say, Coco said a podcast by Joe and Laura. First of all,
love that. Yeah, Joe is.
Podcast by Joe and Laura helped me overcome my disbelief and imposter syndrome, getting me ready to make smarter choices. Thank you so much, Joe. Joe's the best.
The best.
Thank you so much.
If you don't know Joe So Rock, go there. Neuro Nerds. They have tons of interviews and podcasts. It's really good. Thank you for mentioning that, Coco. Joe's rock star.
Yes, well, we love you guys, and we just wanted to share that. Listen, again, as I started off, I want you to think about something in this process of being a survivor. Have you given thought to some peace of mind? Have you given thought to a moment to say, hey, I enjoy or I can embrace this, rather meeting people that we would have never met, rather, I don't know, just talk. I just want you to find something because that can be that moment of that thought to get you out of those dark days or to get you out of that depressing moment, to make you understand that, hello, you are not by yourself in this process. We have a community of beautiful people. None of us are the same. None of us, so many, but we can relate to so many different things. But listen, everybody goes through these things, but it's better to understand that you're not going through it by yourself. Tani, you got something to say, my darling?
No, that was perfect. Like, I got nothing to add to that. That was wonderful. And just thank you. Thank you, Tracy, for all you do in person, online. You guys, she's just amazing. And thank you.
Love you, sis. And we are out of here, guys. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.